In practice, there is no success, but without practice, there is no success. Hello everyone, as you know me, my name is Priya Pradhan from Techno India University. Today I am going to tell you about, or rather go to start, introduction of oil and gas industry. The oil and gas industry is vital to the proper functioning of modern economy. The industry provides the fuel needed for transportation and heating, as well as the key raw materials used in construction, paving and manufacturing chemicals. Oil is a truly global industry. It can be transported around the refined into the gasoline or petroleum, which can products like balloons and bandage. Natural gas tends to be more regional in nature, as its transport and distribution is depend or pipelines. Natural gas helps create electricity, fuel and heating.
So let's see the demand of oil and gas. Do you know which country was the fastest growing energy market in the world? The answer is India. Right now, India is the third largest energy as well as oil consumer in the world, especially in LNG section. India ranks 4th in importing LNG in the world. As we can see here, how day by day India's consumption on this fuel rises. For proving, I can tell you, the number of fuel outlets were approx 18,900 in 2002, which was now increased up to 83,000 approx as of June 2022. Also, India aspires to be a gas-based economy by increasing the usage of natural gas from 6.3 to 15% by the end of 2030. The appropriate detailed figures are given in the report, so please go through once for better understanding.
Key supply drivers. Crude oil makes the whole world tick. Everything we see around us, like even the plastics, are made from crude oil. So I'll speak about two main products of key supply drivers of crude oil. One is lubricants. So mineral crude oil is a natural lubricant and used in most vehicles and machines. For example, as grease. So you see that black thing, the black grease used in most vehicles and machines, that is produced from crude oil. And also the lubricants in the form of engine oil in our cars is also a byproduct of crude oil. Heavy fuel oil. Ships and many tankers, oil tankers, they use this HFO or heavy fuel oil as a bunker oil. So it is obtained after like all the purer parts of the petroleum are extracted, and then the impure, the rough, the heavy fuel is left. So it's ideal for ships and their large diesel engines.
And now let's talk about macro factors which affects the market. Firstly, production cost. How much cost needed to extract the oil from the ground? As the technology and production efficiency are improving, the cost of extracting oil decreasing. The best technique which allows a company to extract oil at a low price is hydraulic fracture. Then transportation cost. The price of fuels are highly depends on where the oil is located and how easy it is to get to the customer. And lastly, demand and supply. Usually it varies from country to country. The state of economy plays an important role here. When the economy was booming, the price also gets up because industry requires a lot of oil to keep the economy running. On the other hand, at the time of recession, the demand for oil was also drops. So does its price.
Does the business is having franchisee? Yes. ONGC is having franchisee over the country. If I talk about the growth rate is very high. The first one is our Bharat Petroleum. Bharat Petroleum was started in the year 1976 and the franchisee cost is about 15 lakh to 30 lakhs. If I talk about the next one is our Reliance Petroleum, also known as RP, was started in the year 2008 and the franchisee cost is about 25 lakhs in the urban areas and 15 lakhs in the rural area. Indian Oil was started in the year 1959 and the franchisee cost is about 50 lakh. And the last one, that is also known as the Indian Oil and Adani Gas, started in the year 2013 and the franchisee cost is about 50 lakhs. Does the industry enjoy the high growth rate? Yes. Oil and gas sector in India is one of the fastest growing industry in the economy. If I talk about crude oil and if I talk about natural gas, the crude oil total output is about 267 million tons for the accounting of 2% of the global oil production. And for the natural gas, it's about 636 billion cubic meters and 5% of the global gas production. Since independence, it has been discovered a significant hydrocarbon from the lands and from the seas, but only 38% are being examined and the rest other are under process.
Import growth. India is the third largest importer of crude oil in the world. Let me give you an example. We spent 109.2 billion USD in 21 to 22, whereas we spent only 62.2 billion in the previous fiscal year. Net import bill was 113 billion US dollars in 2021 to 22 period, as compared to only 92.7 billion dollars in 19 to 20. So here we can see that the import growth is definitely there for crude oil in terms of India.
Welcome everyone, and I am Avinav Gupta, and today we are going to learn about dollar dependency of our country. First we will start with FPI and FII support economic expansion. Foreign investment views India as a profitable investment, yes, because when foreign investor will come to our country, automatically the dollar price will fluctuate, it will go down because dollar is coming in our country. That's why it is very much important for foreign investor. The next one is price variation for metal. As dollar price goes up, the best metal I can take is gold. We can see that as dollar goes up, then the gold will go down. Vice versa, when gold goes up, dollar will get down. That's the relation of metal with the dollar in our country. The next one is price change for crude oil. Crude oil is very much dependent on the dollar because it is being exchanged in dollar global. That's why it is very much important for our country to think whether to exchange in dollar or create their own currency. Now we are going to learn about Russia-Ukraine war effects on the oil and gas, what the war has created on the globally. As the war began, European nations and many American nations had faced a crisis for natural gas. That's why it has been created an opportunity for the Arabian country to deal the market, and they have gained hugely. That is the impact of the war in global market. Many countries had created their own strategy to deal with this, and it has been impacted very much. The prices of the natural gas and oil has been rising as compared to $76 per barrel in January to $110 per barrel in March. So thank you everyone, that's all from my side. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Mandira Gorai. Now I am explaining about market structure of oil and gas industry. The industry is oligopolistic, meaning is a highly competitive but with a few large firms controlling the market. These firms the significant pricing power and able to influence the market prices. They also have a large number of capital at their disposal, which allows them to invest in the technologies and expand their operation. Next is the instant competition. The market structure of oil and gas industry is a 2022 will likely be characterized by instant competition between the large integration company, smaller independent firm and national oil companies. Second is the cyclicity. So the cyclicity of the oil and gas industry is largely dependent on the global economy and the demand for oil and gas. Generally, the industry is a cyclical in nature and is expected to remain so in 2022 as the global economy continues and recovers from the effect on pandemic. The demand for oil and gas likely remains strong in 2022 and the industry should experience a period of growth. So first one is the crude oil prices. This is highly cyclical as they are influenced by many factors influencing the global economy and geographical events Second is a rig count. Rig count are important indicator of health of oil and gas industry. They measure the number of active drilling rig in a given area. Third one is capital expenditure. This is a capex, or money for the company spend the exploration, development and the production activity. These expenses are highly cyclical. They are heavily dependent on the price and oil and gas.
Now I would like to conclude that India with its increasing population has increasing needs, and this is true in the case of oil and gas procurement and usage in India. India is the third largest consumer of oil in the world. Petroleum products have the highest share of 14% in Indian exports. So this points out that oil and gas industry is one of the main source of revenue for the country, and the increasing energy demands of the country can only signify the rapid growth of the oil and gas industry in India in the future. Thank you everyone for listening patiently. So that's all about the industry analysis of oil and gas.